Are GLP-1s taking away your hair? GLPs and hair loss. What's really happening? With that and more, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Hair Wire. And welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode of the Hair Wire, the place where you, my friends, get hair smart. I'm your host, Sergio Cardona, alongside with Carrie, Jared, and Basan Dipsy. Guys, it's GLP-1 season. What's up? Everybody wants to get thin before Christmas, right? So,
right.
I mean, we had that before summer, and those of you who achieve weight loss with the GLP, congratulations for you on your weight loss. But how's your hair right now?
Did you see a trichologist before trying the GLP-1 hair loss medication? That's actually the real question.
Actually, I'm one of those who bought it. I have it on my fridge and haven't done it yet.
Okay. So what scares you, Sergio?
It scares me a lot of things. We're going to be covering that. What scares us, and because you have to consider the pros and cons of this type of treatment, of course. But we want to make sure that as we cover today's topic, that you guys understand that there are risks involved with this type of medication, and with risk, you have to consider: is this really for me or not? Is it worth it? And is my hair gonna be endangered by it? And is that really something that I want to do? Things that you want to consider in the process. Now, Carrie, I know that this may not be your type of topic or anything, but you heard a lot about this, and you see patients, people who are asking, and what are people saying about this stuff in terms of general public?
Yeah, well, being a hairdresser, I see a lot of people behind the chair, and of course, they talk to me about this stuff. And knowing that I'm a trichologist, I get these questions asked quite a bit. And I do actually have a couple clients on Ozempic, and they do ask, and I have noticed a difference in their hair too. But a common thing is when they are investigating, if they are investigating it, is what's going to happen to my hair? Is it permanent? Is it when's the shedding going to begin? Is it going to actually cause me hair loss? And so this is a great topic to talk about today, because it's a hot one right now. So
right. Yes.
It is a hot topic. Now, Biz, before we get into the scary stuff, what is a GLP-1 medication, and what is it used to? I mean, what's the main purpose of this type of medication?
So the main purpose of GLP-1, which is the compound, and the brand name will be Ozempic or Manjaro, or semaglutide. There's many brand name to it, and there's also off brands to that. But the main ingredient of it, or the main generic name of it, is GLP-1, which is basically a drug that is approved by the FDA for diabetic people. What happens is it will slow down the digestive system inside the body, and then it will mimic the hormone inside your stomach or inside your body that makes you feel full. So you feel full the whole time when you are on this medication. And it was intended to help diabetic people, to control their blood sugars and their spike of insulin, to make them healthier in a way. But of course, the first company who started taking that medication and marketing it to the public as a weight, European company called Novarro. So this European company, they thought that because all the diabetic people, they saw that they're losing weight while they are on this GLP-1 medication, and they actually, for reasons that I think we all know, they target the American society. They did not target the European society, though it is a European company. So they came to the American society, and they marketed as a weight loss medication. And of course, because of our rules are not as strict as the European rules, the health rules of the European, which is as the most powerful country in the world. I don't know why we do not have a strict rules to help or to keep the American citizens as the health. We should be the healthiest in the world, since we are the most powerful and the most rich in the world, right? But unfortunately, it's not that the case. Europeans are way healthier than us because the rules are way stricter than us. So in any case, it got marketed as a weight loss medication in the United States, and of course, there's so many people. So there's other companies started to take it to take the branding and started Ozempic and started the Manjaro and all of these things. So in any case, this is in the United States, it has been marketed as a weight loss medication. And what it does do, it slows down the digestive system and makes you feel fuller for a longer period of time. Now, I want to say something positive about it before we go to the negatives about it, because of course there is, in any medication, there is something positive and something negative. And we should be informed about the positives and negatives, and you as an individual, you make your own decision depending on what you are looking for. Like, for example, I would suggest that for a person, if a client of mine comes to me asking my advice, I am not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor, just I'm giving my recommendations, right? If a client comes to me, if it's like they are 300 pounds in weight, and they're telling me, Bisan, what do you think? Should I be on GLP-1 medication? I will say absolutely yes. Because when a person is 300 pound in weight, or like extra obese, not only obese, extra obese, or like anything that is above 200, the BMI is very, very high. They already have problems on all their body organs, right? I'm sorry. The weight itself, it's already a problem for these people. So yes, going and to reach to that point when it's a person 300 pounds, that means since childhood they were unhealthy people. So by the time they are becoming 200 and 300 pounds of weight, depending on their BMI, of course, some people are taller, some people are shorter, right? But I'm saying over obese in a way. They already have diabetes, they already have liver failure, they already have high cholesterol, they already have all these side effects that we are afraid from the GLP-1 medication. So absolutely, yes, take it as incentive to lose weight, become healthier, and start changing your diet slowly, because at this point, changing the diet is going to be very, very challenging. Even going for a walk is going to be very challenging for a 300-pound person. So yes, please go ahead, have it, and make it as an incentive for you. When you start losing your weight and feeling good about your body, then at this transition time, you will be eating healthier, starting to work out little bit by little bit, and build up again your health from scratch, 100%. However, and these people, the side effects of the GLP-1 will be minimum because their health is already not in a good shape to begin with. Now, when people are getting to me, they want to lose a couple of pounds, or they want to lose anything that you're going to lose 5 or 10 pounds or 15 pounds, it's not worth going through the side effects of the GLP-1. So it's depending on where you are coming from. If you are telling me, for example, if you're telling me I want to lose 25 pounds, and these 25 pounds are, if a woman is telling me I want to lose 25 pounds and my hormones are out of whack and it is making me so depressed, I will say, okay, why don't you start using it? Because you see what I'm trying to say here, Sergio? It's weighing the positives and the negatives. Like, okay, making
it's basically, balancing whether the risk benefit ratio, basically. It's something that we constantly do in our clinics. We are outweighing what's best in this situation, and for people who actually need it. Of course, I mean, if you're diabetic, because one of the things that this type of medication will do is that it will increase insulin in your body and reduce glucagon. So it definitely is going to help you with the sugar in your blood, but also, as you were mentioning, I mean, if someone is obese, or there's a comedian, Iglesias, the guy is called Fluffy, and he
Yeah,
goes
I
about
know
the
him.
5 levels of fat, big, husky, healthy, fluffy, and damn.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, if for us, anyone who needs to lose more than 50 pounds, and you want to try it, then why not? But again, you have to consider: am I doing this for health reasons, or is it just
Mhm.
vanity?
Right,
Because
right.
if it's because I just want to look good, then you have to consider that a little workout and a little diet might go a long way in that sense, rather than just taking a medication that could have repercussions to your health in many different ways. Of course, there's a short, I would say, a quick benefit to it, because of course people will lose weight tremendously rapid with this type of medication. But is it really necessary? That's the main question that you have to ask yourself, as a patient. Is it really necessary? Can I really go without it? And that's the point that Bisan is making, and I truly admire the way Biz you're explaining this, because there are cases in which they should take it.
Yeah,
They should take it, because their health is already at risk, and this type of medication can definitely improve their health. But if you just want to improve your look, and your health, it's okay, then you might see some unwanted side effects with it. And that's what we're gonna work out on today, to talk about those side effects, and then those things that could affect. Because at the end of the day, one of the things that we see a lot is people complaining about hair loss after they go through the GLP medications, after they go through the Ozempic, Manjaro,
semi-latitude it's called.
yeah,
Yeah.
Wegovy, and the other one is Bound. There are many names right now in the
Yeah.
market, but is it really worth the risk? And for people who are struggling with hair loss, um, and they also want to lose weight, which one is more important to you? And that's something to it's a very scary thought for a lot of people, because they want to lose weight, right? But they want to keep their hair. They're losing their hair. And is it gonna make it worse to them to lose more hair? I think so. I think that if you're experiencing hair loss already, a medication like a GLP-1 medication could make it worse for you. And the reasons to it is quite simple, as Bisan was explaining. If your digestive process becomes slower, think about what will happen to your intake of nutrients. It will slow down. And if our hair needs a constant intake of nutrients to build hair, to build quality hair, then something in that process is going to be affected by a slow metabolism or a slow digestive process. Now, in this slowish in this slow digestive process, am I going to be able to get all the nutrients once I've taken them? Because you have to consider those nutrients are in your stomach, but you're not going to be able to absorb them properly. So, what's your stomach going to do? Are you going to flush it away? And how long before your body truly absorbs it? So there's a lot of questions in the process, but at the end of the day, we see that because of the lack of nutrients, we see a depletion of nutrients to the hair, and that blood deficient in nutrients becomes the normal, and now we start seeing hair shedding, and not just a small shedding. We're seeing people with heavy shedding. All right, and then they go like, "What do I do? Stop using the Manjaro?" No. What do you say to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? And I do get asked all the time, like, is there anything that they could do to prevent any of this stuff from happening? And I get asked that all the time. Like, before one of my clients, she actually did do all the research. She goes, Carrie, is there anything I could do? I know when you were helping coach me with the weight loss journey, you told me all these nutrients to focus on and stuff. And you know what? I think that's a good question, something we could address. And with having Basan here too, I think we could really address, is there supplements that you would recommend, or like what can I arm myself as a trichologist to for a client above that?
So it's just, I want to reiterate something really quick before we dive into this very important question. Again, this is a disclaimer. We are not giving any medical advice or we're not dietitians. We are trichologists. We are experts in hair loss. But when a lot of our clients are coming to us with the GLP-1, it's like, now I call it, remember when we called the hair loss COVID hair loss? I think now we should call it GLP-1 hair loss in a way. So I think we are in the Faculty of Trichology. We're going to add it to our list of hair loss kinds of alopecia or types of alopecia, which is a GLP-1 hair loss, like the COVID hair loss, because it's very, very unique. So in any case, to go back to this explanation of the GLP-1, as we said, and this is not a medical advice, we said that some people do benefit from this GLP-1 because of health reasons, right?
Yeah.
But if you are not looking, you are not diabetic, you're just looking to lose some weight, I would advise you, if you are already making up your mind to do that, to visit a trichologist first. Why is that? Because I cannot tell you, oh, you can't do that, right? It is your decision. It is something that you want. If I want to give advice to myself, I will not take it myself. But for the people who are coming to me, telling me I want to be on GLP-1, what should I do to prevent hair loss, right? First of all, when you do the GLP-1 or any medication, starting from a good foundation, you can decrease or at least slow down the shedding. So now GLP-1, what does it do? As Sergio was explaining, it decreased the motility in your digestive system, right? So when the digestive system slows down, your absorption of nutrients will be like little bit, not even zero, sometimes like none in existence at all, depending on how long you have been doing it. When your nutrient absorption becomes zero, what happens? We go back to, remember when we talked about telogen effluvium in episodes before, your hair follicles are non-essential tissues. When your body is lacking essential nutrients, it will start taking whatever they can find of nutrients, giving it to your heart, to your lungs, to the essential organs of your body to keep you alive. And it will divert all the nutrients away from your hair follicles to your organs, because again, your hair follicles are non-essential tissues. You can survive without hair as a human being, but you cannot survive without an organ as a human being. So when you lack these nutrients, you will go through an episode of telogen effluvium, like exactly the COVID hair loss. But the GLP-1 is an acute episode of telogen effluvium, where you're going to start shedding your hair immensely all at once. So how do I reverse that or start to manage that? First of all, I would advise all of clients, patients who wants to take the GLP-1, consult your trichologist first. Why? Because your trichologist is going to bring your body to optimum level hair-wise, like your zinc levels will be optimum, your vitamin D levels will be optimum. And how do we do that as trichologists? We do something called functional blood chemistry analysis. Means you give me your blood work, and we look at it from a trichological lens. What is a trichological lens? In Western medicine, when your vitamin D is 50, you're not sick, you're good. But if I want to bring back your hair, or I want to slow the shed of your hair, I want your vitamin D to be 70. That's why we read it as trichologists, we read it from a trichology perspective. We look at the biomarkers inside these blood work, that these blood work should be routinely done with your general practitioner, and they are covered by insurance. So nothing out of reach in a way. Just call your trichologist, give them your blood work, and let them read it from a trichological perspective. So they can help you with your diet and targeted supplementation to bring the levels that are important to keep your hair in a good optimum shape, to bring them to make them strong. When your hair follicles are strong, and then you take the GLP-1 medication, at least you start from a strong foundation. Now, if you start from a low foundation, like your vitamin D is 50, and according to your doctor, you're not sick, and you take this GLP-1, all what you're doing is actually giving messages to your hair follicles. You are not important, you guys. You are not important. My weight loss is more important than you. And that's why a lot of people will go to will go to a telogen effluvium episodes very rapidly and very aggressively when they take these GLP-1s without consulting a trichologist. And I wish all the doctors in the whole world tell their clients before approving the prescription, go see a trichologist first. We will help you save your hair as much as possible. Probably you will be losing some hair, to be honest. It's not, because working against the GLP-1 is a very strong medication. Working against it is going to take a lot of support. It's going to take a lot of hair stimulation. It's going to take a lot of inside biomarker optimization to kind of offset all the side effects of the GLP-1. Does it make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it does. I mean, preparing the body is what makes sense in this type of situation before we even started. But how about when people has already started and they neglected or never understood that they had a hair loss problem, that was in the verge of experiencing that, and after they start using the GLP-1s, they start losing their hair. What do we do then? So usually what we do is we treat it as trichologists as what it is, a telogen effluvium event. Now, of course, we understand the origin of it is the medication. Now, we will not stop until we are able to get that medication out of the system. And you're probably in the middle of a treatment because you want to lose weight and you want to use the medication, right? So, in that sense, if you have started with the GLP, you're in the middle of it. You haven't achieved the ideal weight, and you want to keep using it. But you're experiencing the telogen effluvium now because of it. What can we do? Well, as Bisam was explaining, we need to make nutrients bioavailable to your body. So if using supplements, vitamins, you have to remember that your digestive system is already compromised. So taking more vitamins, more minerals orally, and I repeat this, orally, is going to have, you will have a challenge. You're going to be compromised to intake those nutrients. But if we go and we do the injectables, the vitamins that through the serums, the IV, exactly. Thank you. My Spanish was kicking in.
I always say you.
yeah. If we do the IV vitamins, well, that's a way to skip the line and get the nutrients in. Another way, there are patches of vitamins so that it can go intradermally to your skin. And another way is we as trichologists, we use topical solutions and we use specialized equipment to make nutrients available to the scalp, but available directly to the hair and to the cells in the follicles, so they can get at least some nutrients while you're adjusting in that process, while you're still doing the Ozempic, while you're still doing the GLP, right? But again, nutrition is the key here. It doesn't matter if you stimulate blood circulation, because your blood is already depleted of nutrients. It's not going to do anything. It doesn't matter if you do an energizing treatment. It doesn't matter. Why? Because you can energize your cells as much as you like, but if they do not have raw materials to produce hair from, nothing's going to happen. So that's why a lot of people become desperate, and they feel frustrated with their hair loss process while they're doing GLPs, because they're doing what they think it's the right move, right? But it's not just about doing what we think is right. It's to do what really is going to help you in the process. And in this type of situations, we want to make sure that the hair follicles are getting the nutrients in the different ways that we are able to, other than just digestively. And of course, that does not mean that you're not going to be taking your vitamins, that you're not going to be taking your supplements, but you have to think of ways in which your digestive system is going to be able to take those more rapidly, absorb them properly, while it is harder for your digestive system to absorb. So instead of thinking about pills, think about, for instance, supplements that you can take liquid, like liquid solutions. It's going to be more easier for your stomach to absorb. How about the ones that you can put under your tongue? Ways in which we can increase absorption of nutrients without having to go with the trajectory in your digestive system, or at least if it goes to the digestive system, that is going to be easier, or at least I would say, yes, easier. It's going to be easier to absorb. Okay, so those are the type of strategies that you want to incorporate into the process, and that's internally, because that's where it starts. Externally, we have to think about the expression on the scalp. Are we seeing inflammation? Are we seeing sebum? Are we seeing dandruff? We need to address that. You need to do a deep cleansing. You need to moisturize. You need to balance your pH level on your scalp and provide then the proper nutrients directly to the scalp as you go internally. That way, you're going to be able to compensate some of it. I'm not saying that you're going to fully recover while you're doing the Ozempic, but at least you get some cushion. You get some support in the process while you're doing your medication. And once you finish the process, once the medication is gone, at least you have a floor, a starting point, a stronger point to move on and to get over that telogen effluvium quickly.
Yeah, that's you said something very important, Sergio, that the absorption of nutrients. So we didn't talk about one thing, what GLP-1 does to our bodies. We said that it slows down the digestive system, right? And because of the slowing down of the digestive system, the uptake of the nutrients will be very slow, right? We said that. But also there is one more thing that it happens. When your digestive system slows down, there's a lot of bacteria that will stay inside your digestive tract. Yes. And it does not get resolved because the motility or the peristalsis of the small intestine and the largest intestine will slow down as well. So first of all, you don't go to the bathroom every day because, it's very system. So the detoxification will be slowing down. So more toxins are staying inside your body. And also the bacteria will stay inside your body longer than it should be because of the slower movement of your digestive tract that will make fermentation even easier and more rapid for people. So basically you will be starting with losing weight and not eating less in a way, which is a good thing for your appearance, but digestive system will slow down, your hair will suffer, you will lose muscle mass. And also, in the long run, it will create leaky gut, because we discussed this before when we talked about gut microbiome. What is a leaky gut? Leaky gut is when you have so much bacteria, bad bacteria, that overgrow the good bacteria. So your microbiome is not at balance, and these bad bacteria will start ferment, causing you leaky gut, or causing you irritable bowel syndrome, causing you overgrowth of bacteria in the small intestine. It's a big list. So you don't want to go there as well. So if you are a person who decided to be in the GLP-1, I urge you 100% to see a trichologist that is knowledgeable in gut problems, because the GLP-1 most biggest side effect is attacking your gut issues, right? Attacking your digestive system. And also not only your digestive system, as Sergio was saying, since we're not eating enough, because we don't have this appetite to eat, we don't eat enough protein. So we as women, in general speaking, or men who's trying to exercise their way to building more muscles, we should be eating twice as much as our body weight in protein. And this is alone is difficult to do. Without GLP-1, it's just so difficult to achieve 160 grams of protein a day, for example. It's just so difficult. And so imagine that you have to have like 200 grams of protein a day to counteract all the side effects of the GLP-1. How you're going to be able to do that? So it's really difficult. So you want to consult somebody who knows this 100%. And one of my recommendations will be for my clients is not to uptake your protein shake, because your protein shake also will be very heavy on your stomach on the GLP-1. One of my clients, she couldn't even swallow her protein shake.
Yeah.
It's too heavy. She also cannot take her pills, like you said. She cannot take her vitamins as pills. They got stuck inside the beginning of her stomach, and she started burping them, because there is not enough acidity in the stomach. There is not enough motility in the digestive tract to help her digest all of that. So as Sergio was saying, highlight. Take your supplements sublingually, under your tongue, liquid, IV injections, not pills. You will not be able to absorb it because you don't have the ability to absorb it. So in a way that when you decide to take your GLP-1, make sure that your protein foundation is taken care of. Protein powder is not going to be enough. So I recommend that you take amino acids. Amino acids like these. They are very dissolvable in your water. It's just water with the amino acid powder in it. The amino acids are their building blocks of your protein, right? So this one scoop of amino acids is 10 grams of protein. You can have this all day long. Water is just water, like you don't have, it's not as heavy as the protein shakes, because the protein shakes are coming from whey protein, and then you really need to digest it in a way. So take amino acids in your water 3-4 times a day. Take digestive enzymes with your food, because even if you're eating 2 eggs, as simple as 2 eggs, you're not going to be able to digest that.
Yeah.
Take a little bit of digestive enzymes with at any meal you are taking, basically, to help your body digest that. And also keep testing your blood, like biomarkers. Give your trichologist the before biomarkers and the middle and the after, because this way your trichologist will be able to design an internal protocol that target what is missing in your body and how is the GLP-1 affecting your body, because everybody is going to be different, right? So keep testing every 3 months. And we have a link that we will send you guys. If your insurance cannot do a blood test regularly, we have a link from Function Health where you can buy a subscription. 1 year, you can do twice a year blood test, so you can keep optimizing your biomarkers. We will send that link to you guys too. So in a way that keep testing yourself, so you can change the supplementation to keep your body in a good, how do you say that, in a good place. When your body is in a good place, you will decrease the impact on your hair follicles. That is the internal protocol. Now, the external protocol, as Sergio was saying, is you need to start from good foundation too. If you have seborrheic dermatitis and you take GLP-1, it's just going to increase that. If you have psoriasis and take GLP-1, it's going to make it even worse. So see your trichologist before your GLP-1 shot to make sure your scalp is balanced, your scalp microbiome is balanced, and your trichologist will be able to stimulate your hair during the time you are taking the GLP-1, because so your hair follicle don't go dormant on you.
Yeah.
So internally and externally.
Now, Carrie, I want to ask you about the things that we can do in terms of styling and externally for our clients, because they start losing hair, they start losing clumps of hair, and the hair starts to look uneven, even like empty spaces when they try to style it. What are some of the things that we could do for them?
Yeah, a lot of things you can do is, well, first off, don't stop cutting your hair. You want to make sure that you do cut your hair, because if you just keep letting it go, that hair is just going to grow consistently together like that. You got to make sure that you trim it so eventually it starts growing together. Just seeing this hand movement, how this hair is coming out, to cut it, to cut to it. Doesn't mean that you have to cut it all. It's just making sure you find a skilled stylist that knows how to do a really quality wash and wear. You might have some stylists encourage you to do hair extensions. I would advise maybe not to during this time, especially because your body's already working so hard already. You might want to proceed with caution. Now, when it comes to making sure your hair looks thicker and fuller, it's finding a style that's going to fit really well for you. You could use different products to volumize. You could do color and cut manipulations to make it appear thicker than it actually is. But again, make sure that you are cutting it and trimming it and not just letting it fall to the wasteway. Now, if you find that the hair is looking thin on the scalp, there's tools that you could use, like fibers that you could put onto the scalp, or even sprays or powders. I'm not a big fan of the sprays because they do congest the follicle, but I do like some of the fibers because they do have breathing capacity for the scalp, which will just help camouflage the transparency of the skin through the hair. There's quite a few different options. It's just best to really talk to your stylist, but honestly, getting a really good quality cut and being cautious with what you're doing and making calculated decisions before you move forward. If you're questioning, please do not hesitate to comment on here. I can answer the questions the best that I can. I know we have a whole bunch of new stylists that are going to be joining us as well, who will be able to contribute as well and give you their insight. And if you do want to learn more about different cosmetic solutions for thinning hair, such as this situation, please let us know, because then we know that we could address it and make it a conversation in future episodes.
Definitely. Now, guys, if you have questions, please bring them on. This is a live event right now, so if you have questions, bring them on. We want to help you out. I know for our groups, we are working with the support group, and this is one of the main questions that we see constantly. People, experiencing hair loss because of the GLP experience, and they feel desperate. And just as a quick recap, understand that your ability to absorb nutrients is compromised while you're doing the medication. So try to go over it and facilitate the absorption of nutrients. If possible, do a detox. Increase nutrients that are liquid. Increase nutrients that can be IV into your bloodstream so that you're able to at least get some of it back. And support your system again with the right therapy and topical nutrients, because you have to think about the nutrients that the scalp needs, that the follicle needs. So if you're covering that area, you might actually have a better chance of success of coming out of this telogen fluvium because of GLP more successful. And once you're out of it, then is when we will have a better chance to actually come with nutrients, to richer nutrients to your body, and to have a more of a better experience digestively, so that it will allows us finally to get this pterygium fluvium under control. But Sergio, does that mean that I will not get under control while I'm doing it, while I'm doing the GLP? Not necessarily. I mean, we have a lot of patients who do get their hair shedding under control while they're doing the GLP, but it is a lot harder, and not everyone responds the same way.
Yeah.
I would say that most of the clients, most of my patients who are on GLP, uh, basically, we are in a treatment that is here to do what it's supposed to be doing because of the GLP. So we have to wait until that is out of the system to get to the finish line. Okay, it's not that it's not like we are not gonna see any progress. It's just that we're not gonna be able to get to the finish line, at least in the rhythm or speed that we are accustomed to while we're doing it with what we're doing with other types of hair loss. Okay, so that's something very important to consider. So you have to be patient in your process, and of course, you have to do whatever you can to make it better for you. Okay. Guys, anything you guys want to add before we leave? Business, you're nodding. Yes, I want to say
Yes.
something.
Yes.
Go ahead.
This is my area, so I'm very excited about that.
Go ahead, please.
So in a way, I want to re-say what Sergio was trying to say, in a way that we here as a trichologist, we will not be advising you against or with the GLP-1. It's definitely 100% your choice. But what we can advise you as trichologists, if you decide to go the route of the GLP-1 for any reason, it's not that. It is, please start with a good foundation. Talk to your trichologist before you go into your journey. Make sure that your trichologist will optimize your scalp health, will optimize your follicle health, and optimize your body internally as well, with diet, with targeted supplementation, whatever your body needs, in a way that when you start strong, the telogen effluvium will still happen, but at least it won't happen as bad as it will happen if you didn't do that in the beginning. That's actually what we're trying to do. GLP-1 not only will decrease your appetite, it will make you lose weight, which is a good thing in some cases, but it will slow down your digestive system. It will compromise your muscle mass. It will compromise your liver health as well. We didn't speak about that. Your liver health as well. So your trichologist will actually make sure that your liver is healthy enough to be able to keep your detoxification pathways open. So when you are on this GLP-1 medication, your digestive system is working, your liver is working as much as possible, so it can counteract the side effects of this medication. So in a way, you want to lose hair, but you don't want to lose your liver or your digestive system or your muscle mass or your hair as well. So keep in mind that way. And this is why we are trying to do this episode with you today. It's very, very important, because GLP-1, now we are calling it GLP-1 hair loss, like we did call the COVID hair loss episodes. And it is getting more and more popular within people. And we are just wanted to say one thing: call your trichologist before you are on your GLP-1, because the earlier you do that, the better chances your trichologist will be able to save your hair. Now, if you go in the middle of the treatment, your trichologist will still be able to help you, but it will be more challenging. The longer you wait, it will be more challenging. As anything else, start earlier, build a good foundation, then enjoy your weight loss. That is fine. But also, we as trichologists, we always advise that you lose weight a different route. But the reality is, a lot of people are choosing the GLP-1, and that's why we are here in the Hair Wire trying to educate you why it is important to see a trichologist before you do the GLP-1 shots.
Yeah.
Definitely. Carrie, anything you want to add?
Well, we could kind of tell them what we have coming up tomorrow and on, tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes,
Go ahead.
please go ahead.
Okay. Well, first off, we have 2 announcements. We have our membership doors are officially opening tomorrow. So if you haven't applied as a professional, please go in. Those will be opening and we'll have stuff starting to drip into the membership starting tomorrow evening. Now, the membership is a hub. It's going to have everything related for trichologists. We are literally creating this for every level in trichology, whether you're just an observer or maybe you're a practitioner or maybe you are the specialist. It's going to be in there for us to collaborate, communicate, see what coming events are, what different courses, webinars, and it's all served and catered to the professional. So make sure you go to thehairwire.com. You'll find a link to the Faculty of Trichology, which will have the membership information for you there. Now, there is an application and it is a free membership for the observer level, but you have to tell us where you are because we're making sure this is really catered to the industry so we keep the integrity in the business. So please submit your application and then we'll start rolling out from there different offerings, particularly for as you increase your level and expertise. We have more to offer coming up end of November, but you definitely want to get on now while you can. And then those who really want to enter into the industry, we are officially launching our certification course. It is a full equivalent to a 2-year certification program in trichology. And what's different with ours is the 3 of us have put our heads together to put all that we know about trichology to get you certified. And everything is in there, from starting a business to bringing trichology into your practice to the fundamental skills of trichology. And no matter what, if you're doing interventive medicine or if you're doing holistic medicine, quantum medicine, we have it all there. We're catering it to everything. And we found a lot of people struggling with finding courses that they could have that could cater to them. I know we all have different learning styles, whether you're audio, visual, we have it all. You could read it, you could download it, you could watch it. It is all there. We're catering it to you. So go ahead, go to the website. I'm going to post the link right away. We do have an early bird special because we are recording as we drop it. We were going to wait till we had it recorded, but we're so excited and we know a lot of people want to get on board to becoming a certified trichologist. So we decided to start dropping it tomorrow, and we have we're going to drip it. So as we have the modules ready, they'll go. But right now we have 3 beefy modules ready to go that are really thick and full of information by the one and only Basan. So you can know that it's really good quality information, especially when it comes to functional medicine. It's all there. And I have a link in there too with an early bird special. And with the early bird special, we have 30% off until the end of October. And then it goes to 20% off at the end of December. And we are including that early bird price if you pay in full or if you pay by module. So we have made sure that it's easy for you to access. So please go in before it's too late. But let's join us on the journey as we start to raise the bar in the trichology industry. Basan, Sergio, do you want to add into that?
You need to get there. If you're serious about your education in trichology, you need to be part of the Hairwire and be part of the Faculty of Trichology, which is our educational arm in this industry. We have been putting so much. We have been doing this. I mean, we have been building this for what, 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
And finally, we're opening the doors, you guys. We're opening the doors finally. It's gonna be something. And again, as Kerry was mentioning, we have poured our hearts and soul into this because we believe that a higher level of education is needed in the industry. We do believe that patients will benefit a lot more from this type of program. And I do believe that the industry will benefit from a hub, a place where they can finally go and just like basically it becomes like the biggest supermarket or department store where you can find everything related to trichology, every course, seminar, conference that it's out there. you just need one stop, and that's the hair wire.
And
That's it. You don't need to
and-
go anywhere else. People are trying to find out where I can learn about this, where I can learn about that. Go to the hair wire, and we have it all figured out for you. So even if it's not us, we are, we're telling the world there are different courses out there. Here they are.
Yeah.
Hey, we just want to get you educated. We just want to get you into the program, and we just want to get you moving to the right direction, because we do care about this industry more than we care about our image, more than we care about making us a business. We care about this industry, and we're protecting it, and we're moving forward to make our trichology industry the best there ever was.
So just to clarify, you guys, on the website, when you do get there, you go to the Hairwire. It's our public-facing storefront. So it's everything for the general public to educate correctly on the types of various hair losses solutions that are available to you. Then we have the Faculty of Trichology, which is for the professional side. Now, the professional side, you'll find access in there. They're both connected together, public, professional. It's all there. We're putting it all together right in front. Now, the faculty side, there is the membership, and then there's the certification. So make sure you go check both. And if you're joining the membership now, we are going to be slowly dripping things out because it's a membership. So there's going to be added stuff daily. So you want to make sure that you come in and check in daily. And we're serving first right now the observer, and then we'll be adding in the practitioner and the specialists. And we have so much information being sent to us. I actually got a little overwhelmed. I had to take 2 days off because I was overwhelmed with the amount of content that I have to add there. But I've decided that we'll add it as we go. So there's a lot of juicy information, you guys, there. So make sure you go train both.
And the educators that we have, not only the three of us, but we have a bunch of friends in the industry, people that we admire, people that are making a difference in this industry, that are part of this project. It's amazing. So just go to the facultyoftrichology.com, go to the hairwire.com, and check it out and see what we have in store for you guys. So anything you guys want to add before we say goodbye? Oh, that's it, guys. We'll see you next week. God bless you all. Till then, bye-bye.